A Parent's Survival Guide to Adolescent Alcohol Use.
We're concerned about our teenagers and alcohol use.
Why are so many kids drinking at such a young age?
Yeah.
The number one reason people begin drinking at a young age is boredom. After boredom, the next most common reason is social pressure, wanting to fit in. For some, it can be individual stressors such as grades, issues with friends, or relationships. Another instigator is easy access to alcohol at home. Teens are also bombarded with mass marketing of alcohol on TV, social media, billboards, and more. Did you know? The brain of a teenager is undergoing the biggest stage of growth it's experienced since toddler age. Adding alcohol to the brain during this stage of development can be devastating, resulting in bad decisions, slowed senses, impaired learning and memory, impairment of basic functions.
Is drinking today any different from when I was younger?
Studies show that young people are experimenting with alcohol at earlier ages more than ever before. 36% start drinking in the 11th grade, 40% start drinking in the 9th grade, and 24% start drinking in the 7th grade. Sacramento youth are consuming alcohol more than any other drug, drinking regularly and imbibing dangerous quantities in one sitting. Though it may seem that drugs like opioids and marijuana are used more frequently, alcohol is being used by more Sacramento County teens than all other drugs combined. Did you know? In the U.S., teens abuse alcohol more than any illicit drug. Not surprisingly, it causes the most harm. Teen alcohol abuse is responsible each year for nearly 200,000 ER visits and 4,300 deaths among kids under 21. Alcohol is responsible for more deaths each year than all other illegal drugs combined.
Does it matter how old a person is the first time they try alcohol?
Studies show that people who start drinking before age 15 were 50% more likely to become alcohol dependent as adults. The same is true to a lesser extent for those who start drinking between ages 15 and 17. Parents should know that for every year you can delay the start of your child's drinking, you greatly reduce their risk of addiction, cognitive issues, and health problems.
We're hearing a lot about binge drinking on the news these days.
Yeah, what exactly is binge drinking?
The term binge drinking refers to the consumption of alcohol in a short period of time, bringing the blood alcohol level concentration, or BAC, to 0.08 or above. Studies show that 1 in 7 teenagers binge drink, often resulting in harmful consequences. Middle school and high school-aged children are a growing area of concern for binge drinking. 20% of youth between the ages of 12 and 20 have engaged in binge drinking at some time over the past 30 days. When young people under the age of 21 drink, they are binge drinking 90% of the time, drinking to the point of drunkenness almost every time. When most teenagers drink, they tend to binge drink, making them 2 times more likely to get into a crash, 3 times more likely to need medical emergency care, and 4 times more likely to get into a serious fight. Teens who binge drink are also more likely to have unprotected sex.
What kind of warning signs should we be looking for?
Parents need to be vigilant and keep an eye out for the following signs of alcohol use. Mood changes, such as flare-ups of temper, increased irritability or defensiveness. School issues, such as poor attendance, low grades, or recent disciplinary actions. rebelling against family, school, or societal rules or authority figures, switching friends with a reluctance to have parents get to know the new ones, a nothing matters attitude, such as sloppy appearance, a lack of involvement in former interests, and general low energy, finding alcohol in your child's room or backpack, or smelling alcohol on his or her breath, physical or mental problems, such as memory lapses, poor concentration, bloodshot eyes, lack of coordination, or slurred speech. As some of these reflect normal teenage behaviors, watch for the sudden appearances of these signs or symptoms that could indicate your teen is drinking.
As parents, what can we do to prevent our kids from drinking?
Parents have the greatest influence on whether or not their children will drink alcohol. Make time to talk one-on-one with your child about drinking and listen to what he or she has to say. Be prepared and know what to say to prevent drinking. Consider developing family rules about underage drinking, such as no drinking until they turn 21. Older siblings should help out by encouraging younger siblings to abstain from drinking. Leave any party if alcohol is served. Do not get into a car with a driver who's been drinking. Be sure to discuss the consequences they will face at home if they drink any amount of alcohol. Don't assume every parent has the same rules around underage drinking as you do. Talk to the parents of your teen's friends and let them know you do not permit your child to drink. Parents sometimes believe it is safer for kids to drink alcohol at home. This is not the case. Providing alcohol to adolescents implies that parents approve of their drinking. Not only is it illegal for any adult to provide alcohol to a minor, parents giving their teenagers alcohol under any circumstance greatly increases the risk of their teens drinking when they're away from home. As students indicate they are drinking out of boredom, parents should encourage healthier alternatives. Get kids engaged in sports, hobbies, games, concerts, movies, working, or volunteering. Another approach is to keep track of your teen's activities. Be aware of what they are doing and who they are doing it with. When your teenager is out at night, stay awake or set an alarm so that you can greet them when they arrive back home. When your teen returns from going out, be sure to make contact, ask questions, and listen. Don't allow underage drinking in your home. Be clear with your child about the rules. If you're going to be away, pre-arrange for a neighbor to check in. Permit the neighbor to call the police to shut down a party if things get out of control. Tell your teen you have arranged this beforehand. Parents need to be vigilant and aware of the alcohol they have in their homes, as many studies show that this is the #1 place teens access alcohol. Be sure to keep all alcohol under lock and key. Kids watch what their parents do. Set a good example by limiting your use of alcohol in the home.
Where can we find more information?
More information on teens and alcohol abuse can be found online by visiting thecoolspot.gov, drugfree.org, drugabuse.gov, teens.drugabuse.gov, fridaynightlive.org, samhsa.gov, and sacramentoccy.org.